It's not worth it. It's really never worth it. You get nothing good from it. Literally never. So I'll tell you a quick story that happened to me a while back, maybe like 6 months ago or so. So as most people with friend groups, we have a group chat. And this one time, I don't know what specifically was happening before then, but essentially this one guy that I never really got along with too well. I think we did at first, but something changed. I don't know what it was. Maybe he thought he was better than me. Maybe he didn't like me deep down. Who knows, right? But essentially, we were talking about something. I said something, and he said, I'm a fan. Like, how do you know that I'm a fan? Like, a fan of him. And I was like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, actually, what are you talking about? And then, I'm going to be honest, I'm not trying to, like, lie about this, but I really don't remember what happened. But essentially, he said something I didn't like, and I told him, like, don't talk to me like that. And I feel like that's something I've always done. You know how people tell you to, stand up for yourself, don't let others disrespect you. I feel like that's good advice, but to some certain extent. Because essentially what happened is after that, he tried to he basically wanted to make me more mad. So he started saying, oh, you're yapping, you're fat, like go work out, like basically I just got very mad at him, and I told him straight up, like, yo, don't be talking so crazy online. If you have a problem with me, let's sort it out in person. The masculine man has to always use, their physicality, have to get into a fight with someone to, prove their worth, right? And it's not good. You should never be doing this. What I did was wrong. I'm not gonna act like I'm much better now, but I do try to improve day by day and try to control the anger that I do have built up sometimes, especially in a situation like this. And it's my own fault for being irritated by him. He knew what he was doing. He got me good. Well, let's move on, right? But at the time, I was like, yo, like, why are you talking so crazy? Like, he said, like, he kept on just trying to piss me off. He said, you're fat. Like, you could never, like, do anything to me. Like, I'm not scared of you. And, like, he was just, saying small remarks like that really got me upset. And now when you think about it, it's like, damn, like, I was really arguing with this guy and just talking back and forward, being aggressive, getting mad for no reason. For what? What did it bring me? Literally nothing. We never fought. I wasn't gonna fight him. He's still my friend deep down. We might not be as close as now, but he's moved on to better things. What would I have really gained if we actually met in person and fought or something? Nothing. What do you gain from using physical violence against another person? Literally, you never gain anything. And I know sometimes it's very hard to take the higher ground, especially in like very excessive situations, or very certain situations where they just keep on irritating you. Maybe they anger you by calling you a B word, or they even like shove you or something. Not shove, but they try to really irritate you, like physically and stuff. But trust me, bro, it's never worth it. It's never worth it. Because you never know what can happen. What if you actually hurt them, like really badly? Are you going to be happy about that? They could literally end up in the hospital. They could have something wrong with them. Like, you could really hurt them. And that's like, technically, if you're like the bigger guy or the stronger guy. What if you get beat up? You see, I wear glasses. What if I got in a fight with that kid and he punched my glasses? You know how much these glasses cost? About like almost $1,000. Now, don't get me wrong, the glasses themselves are nothing special, but the lenses are what actually cost so much, because my prescription is pretty bad. And then I have extra things like blue light that basically helps me when I'm on my phone during the night or something, which I shouldn't be doing anyway. That's a whole topic for another video. But like, what if you ruin my glasses? I don't have insurance on these glasses either. That's $1,000, almost $1,000 wasted for what? Because I got into an argument online with another grown man for no reason, when I could have just ignored him. I would say like 70% of the time, or like not even 70, like 90+% of the time, all you have to do is ignore them. I know sometimes, especially if you have like a bully, it's a little different, but If you have the possibility and the choice, never engage in a fight. I'm going to tell you guys another story, which I could have kept for another video, but this is already 5 minutes in. I don't have much else to say, so I'm just going to keep this video, short, and I'm just going to talk about another story. This was a situation where I almost got into my first ever fight. I've never fought anyone, technically never like actually fist fight anyone, but this right here, I almost got into a fight. We were playing basketball, and you know how people like to trash talk, and I trash talk too. And this specific individual, you could say, was a little fat. He was fat, and I made these sounds. Yeah, I indicated to him that he's a pig. That's essentially what I did. That's disrespectful. That is disrespectful. He was saying some stuff that I didn't like. I said those stuff. We were both in the wrong. I feel personally that I was more in the wrong, and I did apologize later on, and we're good friends now, surprisingly. But back then we didn't like each other. But we ended up, he came up to me, and oh, I'm such a tough guy. I came up to him, I'm like, what do you want? People are watching, your homies are watching, people from your school are watching. You have to be masculine. You have to look tough. You have to show everyone that you can't let others disrespect you. We got into a physical, like we were like this. We came to each other, and I was smart enough to keep pushing him away from me in case he did swing on me. Because if he did end up swinging on me, I don't know what would have happened. Maybe I would have gotten beat up. Maybe other people would have jumped in, and I would have literally gotten even worse beat up. Maybe he would have gotten beat up. Regardless, it wouldn't have been beneficial for either of us. It was quickly stopped from the friends around us. We were able to calm down, came to our senses, and realized that we were just being stupid for no reason. Why do we do this? Why do we have to argue with others? Now, I get the point that a lot of the time, especially with healthy debates, you have to argue. But I feel like, especially us teenagers or like young adults, as I am right now, we try to prove ourselves so much for no reason. If someone says a joke that you don't like, just tell them, hey man, I didn't like that joke. If they ignore you or whatever, and they say, I don't care what you say, who you think you're talking to? Just let it go. You don't gain anything from proving them wrong. Even if you're really, that guy, or if you train martial arts and you box in your spare time, what do you gain from beating them up? Is that how you want to live your life? Do you want to remember that when you're older, that you physically beat another person to their senses, or maybe not even? You know how much risk you put yourself at if you even do such thing like that? Let's say that kid from the first story, I did beat him up. He was significantly smaller than me. So first of all, what are you doing? Like, he's probably at best 5'7". I'm 6'3". What are you doing? What are you doing, Nicholas? What do you gain from that? But let's say I did beat him up. Do you know what could happen after that? He could jump me. He could pull a knife on me. He could even, if his masculinity was so strong, or whatever you want to say, he could literally get a gun or something. Like, you know how many possibilities there exist? We're too young nowadays, especially the new people. Like, we're too young. Don't risk your life for stupidity. If you ever get into a fight or you're in a dangerous situation, the first thing you should always do is run away if you possibly can. If you can't and you have to fight back, then that's a different story. I'm not gonna lie. But do your best to, always run away if you can. If you have to fight back, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have much advice for that, because I've never gone into a fight, technically. But as I told you from the other story, I was smart. I kept on pushing my way. There was people around us, so I technically knew that, not that I wanted to get in a fight with him, but we both knew that realistically nothing would have happened. We're just trying to see who's the more masculine one in that situation. But don't argue with others. If you want to argue with someone, do a healthy argument at least. Don't get into argument with a friend, especially, and ruin that relationship. Some people perceive it differently. Some people take it very personally. They might insult your mother. They might insult your family. You're not gonna like that. You're gonna get mad. You're gonna call them bad words that you probably don't even mean. And then friendship ruined. You lose 5 friends. Maybe you don't. You get beat up. Who knows? It's just, what I'm trying to say is learn from my mistakes. I'm still friends with both people. I would say the first person, he's just being very focused on himself. And I respect that, he deleted social media and stuff. So he's focused on himself. But we're still cool. We're not like close friends like we were like back then. But we never were that close anyway. But we're still chill. Let's just say that. The other person, I got respect for him. He got respect for me. I got respect for the other guy too. But we're cool. We go to the same university. That's all. We play sometimes still basketball. That's all there is to it. Like, don't bother. If someone really makes you that angry, put your phone away. Why are you having online arguments for? You can just put your phone away. In person, it's a little different. Most of the time, you can ignore them. And I know it's hard. Just take a deep breath and think about the consequences. Try to be the bigger man. That's masculinity. Being the bigger person, not getting into a fight, not insulting another man for no reason. Be the better person. The bigger, not better. Be the bigger person and spread positivity instead. Peace.